So a lot of the times it's always very difficult as a tailor starting out, especially here in Nigeria, to make money, not just make money from dressmaking business or tailoring business, but to make profit, to grow and to live a life you actually want as a tailor or as a fashion designer. And in this video, I'm just going to share with you guys how I made over ₦1 million from making dresses from the comfort of my home, because I still do not have an office space. So if you want to find out how I did all this, make sure you keep watching. Before we go into this video, make sure you subscribe. Okay, make sure you subscribe. Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. If this is your first time here, you're welcome. I'm Adaoju and you're welcome to Stitchadress, where I do sewing tutorials, sewing tips, sewing tricks and fashion business tips. And today guys, I'm just going to talk to you guys about how I made over ₦1 million from dressmaking. I know when it comes to dressmaking and finances, this is something people do not like talking about. People don't like talking about their finances. I too don't like talking about my finances as well. But then I know this video would help somebody, so I decided to do this video just to make you aware of money that is lying around you, or things you can do to help better your business, or maybe something you are doing wrong or something you have to improve on to make more money from dressmaking. So the first thing I did to actually make over ₦1 million from dressmaking is I understood the process. Now when I talk about the process, I mean I learned how to sew, I learned how to cut, I learned how to do my stitches, as in I learned how to finish my stitches. Like, I don't just sew and it's rough and it's scattered, it doesn't look good, it doesn't look fine. No, I made sure I learned how to sew properly. I improved on my skill daily. I sought a lot of information. Like, if there's something new that is trending that I don't know how to sew, I'll come on YouTube, I'll search it out. That is it. That is after I have tried to figure it out myself, after I've racked my brain. And if for some reasons I'm not making headway, I'll just come to YouTube, maybe watch a tutorial. If I don't get it, I'll still keep trying till I get it. So one thing you'd want to do if you want to make money from dressmaking, you want to make sure you are in the process of constantly learning how to sew different styles, sew different designs that are coming up every day. You want to make sure your finishing is neat. You want to make sure you are just putting in the effort every single day, because the way they were sewing in 1997 is not how they are sewing in 2022. Okay, now I made sure I learned how to sew, I made sure I learned how to cut properly, I made sure I learned some basic designing, some basic finishing, embellishment. I had to learn how to use appliques, your fringe, your pearls, your stone. I had to do that to make my dress, to give it this another different touch. Okay, because you guys know that there's a big difference between a dress that is just there and a dress that is glam. Everybody wants a dress that would steal the show in an occasion. Okay, the next thing I did was I identified a problem. Now, one problem a lot of people have is they can't trust their tailors, because of course their tailors do not deliver. Some tailors do not deliver. Some people that have tailors, see, if you guys are hearing me, show, just know that we have children outside playing and they're making a lot of noise. Now guys, like I said, identifying a problem. A lot of people do not trust their tailors to deliver, because for some funny reasons their tailors maybe don't meet up their demand. Like when they give their tailors their clothes, they always hear stories. Their tailors are not always finishing their clothes. Their tailors do not get the style well. Their tailors are not giving them this design they want. And you guys know that I started sewing from the comfort of my postgraduate hostel room. Yeah, and that point I was making dresses for like mainly postgraduate students. And one thing I always did was I made sure I tried to the best of my knowledge to deliver to my customers. If it's something I can't deliver, if it's something I can't do, I just let the customer know that, oh, I really can't meet up with this demand, or I can't. But if I can, I'll definitely make the dress for them. Do you guys understand me? So one thing you want to do is identify a problem. A lot of people have tailors, of course, that do not know how to sew well for them. And me, what I did was I made sure that every single style a customer brings to me, I make sure I deliver, like from the sewing to the finishing to making sure that it is ready at the time they told me they want to make the dress. And something I always do with customers is I make sure that whatever I'm charging this customer, I am making profit from that outfit. I've said it over and over and over again here on this channel. It is an error for you to make dresses without making profit. By the time you are done calculating your cost, by the time you are done calculating everything you need to make an outfit, you must make profit. Now, this was one thing that made me, see the future of dressmaking for me, because I remember a time I made about, I think, 3 dresses. Yeah, 1 2 3. Yeah, I think I made about 3 dresses for a customer. Is it 3 or 4? I can't even remember. And then I was charging so little. But after making the dress, by the time she transferred my money, she transferred about 25,000 naira. And I was like, wow, I made just 3 dresses. Yeah, that dress wasn't up to 4. I can't even really remember, but that dress wasn't up to 4, maybe 3 4, I don't know. But she transferred about, the total money she paid me was around 25,000 naira, and I spent nothing. I spent at most 5,000 naira to make all the outfits, and I got 20,000 naira extra in my bank account, and that made me real. And from that money, you guys know that I do YouTube. I had to remove like some money for data. I had to remove money to buy a YouTube gadget. I had to remove money, for to buy like some sewing supplies, like buy thread, needle, zip. I removed money and saved towards, I think I wanted to buy a ring light at the time. I can't even remember, a really really small ring light at the time, but I used it to, I when I saw that money, I was like, wow, that means I can actually, it, I don't know why till now it's still, I don't know why at that point it baffled me, because I was like, oh, that means I can actually make a living from this. It's not like before now I didn't know I was going to make a living, but because of what I used to charge really really low. And after making the dress, I have maybe like 1,000 naira profit, so it wasn't really going for me. But at that point I decided that, what, is it
Either I sew for them and make profit, or I don't sew for anybody and I just sew for myself and keep moving.
I cannot make a dress and I'm making only 1,000 naira profit or 500 naira profit. That is not life. And this is like a challenge to you. When you identify the problems of your customer, of course, they need well sewn dresses, they need the dress on time, they want it well designed. You want to make sure whatever you're charging them, you want to make sure whatever service you're putting out there, you want to make sure you are making profit from it. Okay, if you want to make money, if you want to get to a point where you be like, oh, I've made over 500,000 from my business, I've made over 1 million naira from my business, you have to put in the work and you have to bring out the profit, which means you have to charge as much as, when you are done producing that dress, you have something left to call your profit. I also forgot to mention to you guys is, apart from identifying the problems of my customer, I also identified a problem here on the internet, because you guys know that I'm a YouTuber. Of course, if I'm not a YouTuber, I won't be sitting down here filming a video. You guys know I'm a YouTuber. I create content here on Stitchadress, that's dressmaking content here on Stitchadress. Sometimes I'll check out some tutorials, and when I see the methodology of maybe the YouTuber, I'm like, oh, this looks too complicated for me to understand. Okay, it's not like I did not understand it, I understood it, but I'm like, if a beginner wants to sew this dress, let's say for example a corset, let me say a beginner wants to sew a corset, with all this plenty line and plenty abbreviations, it will be difficult for them to sew. So one thing I did here on my channel was I made sure that every single tutorial I'm putting out is as simple, like very simple to understand, very easy to cut, and very easy to sew. So that was a problem I identified here on the internet. Not that my colleagues do not know how to cut or do not know how to sew, they definitely know how to cut and to sew. But what I did here on my channel is I made sure that every single tutorial I simplify it to the tiniest bit, so that whoever is coming to my channel in search of a solution to their sewing problem will find my tutorials very helpful. And that way I grew my subscribers, and when I grew my subscribers, of course I increased my income. Do you guys understand me? Yeah, so when you're identifying a problem, whether you are sewing like couture that's made to fit for people, or you're running a ready to wear line, or you're running a not a ready to wear home, like these places where, if you a manufacturing home, like people that make clothes for ready to wear, you guys know that some ready to wear, some people that have sewing brands do not know how to sew. So if you are their tailors behind the scene that sew for them, you want to make sure you're giving them the best service. You want to make sure that you are meeting a problem, whether it's couture, whether it's ready to wear. Make sure you're making really beautiful pieces. Make sure that you are reaching out to your audience, you are reaching out to your customer. This was something I did. I reached out to my customer because I was making clothes for customers, and I was also doing YouTube. So I was just getting money on the side, like for my customers, and I was getting from YouTube as well. Do you guys understand me? You also want to make sure that you are putting yourself out there, like you are putting yourself out there. When I started YouTube, or when I started sewing, I used to be very, very, very shy to tell people that I make clothes. I used to be very, very shy to tell people that I had a YouTube channel, or I still have a YouTube channel. I used to be very, 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 very shy. It took my brother and my husband at the moment right now to even put my brand out there more than me, because there are times I'll wear some dresses that, you know, my brother will be like, "Oh, she made the dress." So then he was my husband also. Then he was my boyfriend. Like, "Oh, she made the dress. So she even has a YouTube channel. She has a blog." And some people like, "Oh, check it. Oh, let me check it out. Oh, your designs are nice. Oh, you speak so well. Your channel is so impactful." I was so shy to put myself out there. And when you're a tailor, when you are in a business to make money, you must not keep your mouth shut. You shouldn't keep your mouth shut. You must always create a product. The product you are creating, in terms of you being a tailor or a fashion designer, is to make a dress for yourself or make a dress for your customer. You want to make sure you are putting it out there. Put the word out there. When you make a dress for your client, let them know that you've made this dress for a client. When you put up a YouTube, I know a lot of you want to have like YouTube channels, maybe sewing channels or other channels. You want to make sure you are telling people that you have a sewing channel, because the more you impact people's life, the more they always come back to your channel, the more you make more money. Okay, the more you wear beautiful pieces, the more you make for your neighbor, you make for your friends. You are literally spreading the word, because you don't know, this money doesn't just come. Wow, somebody is landing your account with 1 million naira. It starts from you, gathering some 5k to some 10k to some 20k to some 50k. I remember when I was struggling so much. In fact, what I used to do then was I would just make sure that I have enough money for food, for logistics, that's to run my YouTube channel, to buy fabric, and also probably to buy sewing supply in case I have to make a dress for a customer. And I remember then, if I see maybe I want to buy something and it's around 100k, I'm like, "Oh, that's too much money. Oh, that's too much money." But when I sat back during the lockdown, I told myself, it's either now or never. It's either you work on your YouTube channel right now, or you don't work on it forever. And I took the bold step and I worked my ass out. You guys know that if you are here from 2020, hi, you guys know that I was giving you videos back to back to back to back to back to back. I was giving you guys videos back to back, and it really made me have a lot of confidence in myself, because I kept looking at things I could not do. And that year I realized that I could do a lot when it comes to dressmaking. I put out sewing tutorials for you guys. I also made clothes for my customers, and I made a lot of my wedding outfits. If you guys, I'll just leave a link to the playlist of everything I made for my for during my wedding. I still have like one or two tutorials that have not come up. Hopefully I'll put that up for you guys later in the future. Sewing for customers, putting out in YouTube tutorials, making my wedding outfits made me get a lot of money. Now, when people realized that I made my wedding outfit, people booked personal consultations with me. People wanted to know, okay, how to grow their tailoring brand. People wanted to know what they were doing wrong. People basically wanted to know what to do and what not to do when it comes to running a fashion business, when it comes to running a ready to wear business. And I was taking personal consultations. Now, this is another way I made money. I was making clothes for customers. I was putting up YouTube tutorials, which is also in tailoring. And I was also doing personal consultations. Like, you pay me, we'll have a 1 hour 30 minutes class, and we're just going to talk about your problems, talk about the solutions, talk about things you should do and things you should not do. I'll used to check out people's pages. I'll let them know what they should do, what they should not do, what they are doing wrong right now and what they can improve on. And that is another way I got money. Now, I've talked about different ways I got money here, in my dressmaking. And yeah, of course, if you're having issues in your tailoring business, in your ready to wear business, or you want to start up, you don't know what to do, just hit me up on my DM on Instagram or Facebook at Stitchadress, and we'll book a class. Okay, we'll book a private section. So in addition to putting yourself out there, you want to make sure you are making continuous progress. Okay, if in 2021 you were sewing for 5,000 naira, you want to make sure you are sewing for 20,000. You want to make sure you are sewing for 8,000 naira maybe in 2022. Now, before that time, I told you guys that I made 20k from making dress from a customer. I used to charge like maybe 2K, 3K. I used to be very, very scared to charge. The moment I just shook off the fear and shook off the whole pain, and I'm like, you know what, all die and I die. We shall all die. So it's either I decide to make progress now, or I keep wallowing in self-pity. And the more I just kept upping my prices, not ridiculously, I just kept, stepping it up little by little. I was stepping it up little by little. As I was making progress with my pricing, I also made sure I was increasing my research. I also made sure I was improving on my designs. I also made sure I was improving on my sewing skills. I also made sure that I was giving out good quality products. Moving here on YouTube, my tutorials, I bought more lights. I bought another tripod stand. I make sure my background was very, very good, because I want to give you guys a level of, will I say, perfection that makes you. I want to give you an experience that makes you want to come back to my channel, because when you watch me, you're not seeing one rag hanging here or one stick hanging there. Do you understand? I just wanted to give you guys a good quality video, a very, very relaxing video. And even for my customers, I wanted to give them really, really beautiful pieces, well finished pieces. And one thing I always had at the back of my mind was, I was going to give out good products, but my production has to be affordable. You guys know that we have some air stays or some paper stays or some gum stays that go for 800 naira, depending on the exact one you're buying. Some go for 1,000 naira, some go for 500. Now I wanted to make sure my production was as affordable as possible for me, not too cheap, but affordable, because at the end of making that outfit, I want to be able to make 50% profit. Do you guys understand me? So if I'm pushing out, let me say I'm making a dress for 10K for a customer, I want to make sure that after buying everything, let me say I'll end up spending 4K to buy everything and to make the dress. At the end of making the dress, I have 6,000 naira extra as my profit for making that dress. Do you guys understand me? So that was what I get towards. I get towards an affordable production with a very favorable profit. You guys understand me? So I made sure that I did that. That's when it comes to my clients. And also here for YouTube, I made sure that I bought lights, I bought ring light, I set money aside for my logistics, because the truth is, with tailoring, with dressmaking, if you don't put yourself out there, you will not get money in. If you've made a dress for one customer, no other customer is coming. You want to make sure you're making clothes for yourself. People are seeing you wearing it, people are seeing you looking lovely, and they will patronize you. So I made sure that I kept making progress on YouTube and physically as a tailor. Okay, now one thing I did not ever stop doing was, I did not ever stop researching. I kept looking, and my research started from Instagram. I was always on Instagram checking out new designs. I'm always on Instagram. You guys, like my family members, when they have something very, very important to tell me, they reach out to me on Instagram. If you send me a message on WhatsApp, you're going to be there for 3 months, because I actually forget that WhatsApp is an app. But I'm always on Instagram checking out styles. I check, sometimes I Google some styles on the net. Sometimes I check out Pinterest. I'm always, okay, how am I supposed to sew these? What trends, what is trending now? How, even though I've not relaunched my ready to wear line, I'm always looking at, okay, how can I make my pieces? And I'm always thinking of other ways to make money from dressmaking. When I started dressmaking, I was just making dresses for people. Before I moved over to having a blog, then having a YouTube channel, and I had my first collaboration. Before I even got my YouTube monetization, then the monetization came. Then I was selling this rivet machine that I think I sold the rivet machine. Then I started doing personal consultations as well. So I'm always thinking of other ways to make money from dressmaking. I also had like a private class. Yes, I had private classes on, what's the name of this class I did? Ways to make money as a new tailor, how to increase your profit as a new tailor. I also had that class as well. So even right now, I have other ways that I've thought about to make money from dressmaking, and this way I'm having like money coming from here, here, and here. And that way I was able to make over 1 million naira from dressmaking. Now, from everything I've explained, you guys have seen that this money did not come once. It was a gradual process. It was a very tactical process, something well thought about. I didn't understand the whole process in the beginning, but as I started moving forward, it became better, it became easier. So something I want to challenge you to do, or something I want to encourage you to do, first of all, if you're sewing right now and you're not making a lot of money, I want you to know that it's a process, but you would never stop learning, you would never stop researching, you would never stop thinking about ways to make money, because that is the only way you can gather enough money to even having over 1 million naira, and keep going and going from there. I didn't even know I have hit over 1 million naira till one day I decided to sit back and check, and I'm like, oh, you've made over this kind of you've made over. And if someone had told me 2 years ago or last year that I was going to make this money, I wouldn't even believe. So guys, this is just the easy way, very simple way I made over 1 million naira from dressmaking, from tailoring, as a tailor, as a fashion designer in Nigeria. Let me know if you really resonated with this video, or if this video really helped you out. Let me know in the comment section. Let me know if you're a beginner, if you're an intermediate, if you're already advanced. Let me also know in the comment section problems you are facing in your tailoring business, in your fashion design business. I might make a video or two for you guys. Thank you so much for watching. We just hit 90,000 subscribers, and looking back at when I started, I used to pray for this day, and it came like a thief in the night. And I just told my husband, like, look at baby, I have over 19,000 subscribers, and it just happened. God did it. And every day you guys are gingering me, you guys are motivating me to do better. When people reach out to me on Facebook, on Instagram, when even people physically reach out to me, my family, my friends, when they tell me how much I'm doing, it just encourages me the most. So if you are struggling with making money, have a close circle of people that will always encourage you, people that will speak life to you, people that will let you know you are doing well now, people that will also push you to make better clothes. Because my husband is somebody that pushed me to start making more beautiful pieces, because I always go for very easy wear. You guys see that I wear easy wear every time, all the time, but he was one of the persons that told me, see, you know how to sew glam clothes, you know how to sew beautiful clothes, but people would not know because you're always wearing easy wear. So try and wear exotic, maybe when you're going out of the house. So guys, I don't know, I think I'm rambling lots. My child is awake. Thank you for watching this video, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye guys. Make sure you subscribe and watch my other videos. Bye guys.